Hi there, this is Gary Jenkins again. Thank you for subscribing and for leaving likes. I appreciate it. It really helps with the analytics. Today I just want to talk a little bit about, you know, this road from redundancy to recovery is really frustrating. Oftentimes we feel pulled 100 different ways. When we were working, it was just going from one phase to another phase, all in the rat race, all designed to go around this corner and then go to this corner. And then when you had this decision point, you knew to go to the right as opposed to the left. It was all programmed into us over time, and we virtually sleptwalked through it all. And now, since I've gone through the redundancy, I've had a couple conversations. I have to tell you, the most poignant one was one I had yesterday with a fellow Brit who's here in Gran Canaria. He shared with me the following. He said in 2009, after Lehman Brothers collapsed in 2008, he said, I was suddenly made redundant after 21 years working in a bank. He said, I was young and I thought I'd be all right. He said, I was just late into my 30s at that moment. And he said, and then, boom, it happened again. 12 years later, here I am, redundant. I can't see how it happened. I don't know why it happened. He said, this holiday was already pre-bought, paid for, because they opened up the hotel. I get no refund, so we came. I've had another conversation with someone else. Said, here I go again. I've been made redundant 3 times in the UK. Back in the 90s when I was just starting out working. Back in 2009, I was made redundant and I was out of work for almost 1 year. He said, I was so grateful to get just any job after a year. He says, and here I am now. I'm in my mid-50s. And I know my employer is already hiring young kids to fill all the slots. Not one of my peers that's my age has been asked to come back to work. So they're bringing back former employees who are younger. And he says, I don't even know they're bringing in new employees. How do I find out? They wouldn't even tell me where I fit on the assessment scale of all the employees. Where was I? Where was I in this assessment? They wouldn't share that with me. He says, and here I am, again. Almost sounds like the Britney Spears song. Whoops, I did it again. But it's not fun when it happens to you. It's not fun when your family suddenly is looking at how are we going to get through now. When you have 128% unemployment in the first, from March to June. And you know that everybody who is made redundant in June suddenly becomes unemployed in August. And every day you read about British Airlines letting people off, Airbus letting people off. You hear about banks letting go of 1,800 employees. The list just goes on and on, and it's every day. And this adds up. It adds up to the millions. Millions of people are going to start ending the redundancy anytime now. And they will suddenly go on the records of the unemployed. And they're going to go to the job center and they're going to show up every fortnight as they're required, and they're going to say, have you looked for work? And people will certify that they have, but where? Are we saying 500,000 people are going to apply for the same few jobs that are available? Yeah, Amazon hired right away when the first of the coronavirus hit. But that was the problem, isn't it? That's all a problem. So what I'm going to say about this stressful time is, number one, let's all just take a great big breath, relax, regroup, and make some decisions like, I am never going to be in a position where somebody can fire me or make me redundant or say my work wasn't good enough, other than the buyer who's actually buying from me. That's a good decision. That's a decision I made. And I feel so much freedom because of it. And because of that decision, I'm taking on full responsibility for myself. And that is something I think you want to do too. In the end, we all have been telling ourselves, I'm responsible. But really, we've been sleepwalking. Now it's time to be awake and be responsible. And you can't do it all in one big step. You got to take baby steps. You've got to do one thing and get it out of the way, and then do the next and get it out of the way. You have to think logically. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, just do this. Pick 3 things that you're going to get done this week. And make sure one of them is something for your own personal health, wealth, and growth. And by saying that, let me just give you my personal example this week. I'm building an avatar who I would make as my ideal client. That's one. Second one, I completed a series of lessons on how to market this week. That was my goal, and I completed it already. The third one is I am going to exercise for 90 minutes each and every day, and I have done that. As you can see, I'm getting a lot of sun down here in wonderful Canary Islands. So, to your health, to your wealth, and to your happiness, thank you for coming on this journey with me today in regards to my road to recovery from redundancy. Thank you.